Jessica sat across from me at the dining table, swirling her coffee absent-mindedly, as if she were rehearsing some speech in her head. After what felt like an eternity, she finally looked up, forcing a casual smile, and said, "So, Tom and I are planning a short work trip next month. Just a few days, nothing serious." My heart skipped, but not with surprise. I had known this moment was coming. For months, the subtle signs had been their late-night messages, hushed phone calls, unexplained absences. Each one had been a thread leading to this inevitable confession. Now she had the audacity to speak it aloud. I remained still, leaning back in my chair, letting her words linger like a bitter taste. Perhaps she mistook my silence for acceptance because she hurried on. It's all professional, of course. Conferences, presentations, the usual. She laughed nervously, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, avoiding my gaze. But I had already seen the evidence, her email confirmation. 2 names. 1 room. A king-sized bed. This was no business trip. It was betrayal disguised as duty. And instead of anger, a strange clarity settled over me. She thought I was oblivious, but she was about to discover how wrong she was. I set my cup down slowly, my voice cutting through the tension. "And you really think this is just work?" She blinked, surprised, then nodded. "Of course. Why would you even ask that?" Her attempt at casualness was pathetic. I let a bitter smile touch my lips, because I already know the truth, Jessica. "And if you think I'll sit here pretending to be the loyal husband while you sneak away with your colleague, you're gravely mistaken." Her face drained of color. The spoon slipped from her fingers. "You've got it all wrong," she whispered, her voice shaking. "Tom is just a friend, a coworker, nothing more." But her eyes betrayed her, darting away, guilty and anxious. I reached for my phone, opening the saved screenshot. The email glowed, revealing everything: her name, his. Name the shared hotel reservation. Friends don't reserve ocean view suites together. I pushed the phone toward her. "So, tell me again, what kind of work is this?" Her composure shattered. Tears formed at the corners of her eyes, and she shook her head, murmuring that she hadn't meant for things to go this far, that she just needed space, and he offered it. I laughed sharply, the sound bitter and cold. "Space? You don't take a lover to a secluded beach for space. Jessica, you take him because you've already chosen him over me." The silence that followed was deafening. For years I had been her anchor, the man who loved unconditionally, trusted unwaveringly, and provided endlessly.
Ice.
And for all that, she had schemed to humiliate me with a romantic escape. She reached across the table, pleading, "Please, let's talk. I'll cancel. I'll end it with him right now." But the calm that had settled over me only deepened. I pulled my hand back and stood, my voice steady and cold. "No, Jessica, this isn't something you end. It's something you've already done. And you know what? It's a trip of yours. It's perfect timing for our divorce." Her breath caught. "What? Divorce? No, you can't mean that. We've built a life together." My glare silenced her instantly. I returned to the table with an envelope in hand. Inside were divorce papers, prepared the moment I discovered the hotel booking. I laid them down deliberately, the sound sharp in the quiet room. "Sign them when you're ready," I said flatly. She crumpled, sobbing, begging me to reconsider. But in that moment, I wasn't her husband. I was a man reclaiming his dignity from the one who had betrayed him. Over the next week, she tried every tactically, desperate texts, professing love, voicemails filled with apologies, even a dramatic office visit. Mascara streaked across her face as she whispered that she had made the gravest mistake of her life. But my reply never changed. Silence, my coldness, wasn't spite. It was self-respect. She had already shattered our vows long before. The papers hit the table. Tom, the man she risked everything for, vanished the moment her world began to crumble. Calls went unanswered, messages ignored. Friends who had once defended her recoiled at the evidence. Even family who had urged me to forgive could no longer deny the truth. Betrayal is not something you mend. It's a sharp fracture, and no amount of glue can make it whole again. I moved forward slowly at first, The emptiness of an abandoned home was painful, but it transformed into freedom. No more lies, no more doubts, no more pretending. And as weeks turned into months, I realized that her betrayal had not been my loss. It was my liberation. She lost the man who truly loved her, and in return, all she gained was regret. When she spoke of that trip, she believed she was clever, playing me for a fool. But my cold response, my words about divorce, shattered her world completely. In that instant, I hadn't merely ended a marriage. I had reclaimed my life, my pride, and my peace. The man she thought she could manipulate was gone, replaced by someone unbroken, unshakable, and finally